Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic: could Lamar Jackson be the first $300 million player in the NFL? Look, guys, everybody who's a Raven fan was surprised at the early press conference that went on this morning in I believe it was Palm Beach, Florida, with the coaches, meeting up there, and of course being with all of media and answering all these questions. And of course, as this Raven fans, we watched John Harbaugh answer questions, especially after him receiving a 3-year contract extension from the Baltimore Ravens for him to be with us for the foreseeable future. Now, with all of that being said, a couple things came up in this interview. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, the Justin Tucker thing could have been in. It's not where we're leaning. It could have been about the linebacker situation. Not even leaning there. The departures of some of the corners and safeties. Not even leaning there. Ronnie Stanley, not even leaning there. What he got to talk about was the Lamar Jackson supposed extension that is already being talked about within the organization by the heads, the higher-ups, the big dogs. And he addressed it today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio, and then we're going to break it down, all right? So without further ado, let's go see why Lamar might be the first $300 million quarterback in the NFL. Check this out.
There's a lot being made about his contract again, which is fine this year, but does get up next year. Has there been any effort from the organization to try to, deal with his contract or maybe extend it?
Right. There's been conversations about that internally, I know. How far along that is or whatever, I don't know. But I definitely think it's an obvious point that you're making. That's going to continue to have to be addressed, really, with all those guys. I mean, you just got to kind of manage that dance, the salary cap dance. And Lamar is the main part of that because he's the franchise player.
Facts.
So that's a possibility, I think. Sooner or later, definitely is going to happen.
Yeah.
Is it hard to put a value in one Lamar?
Yeah, I mean the value is the top. When Lamar gets paid, he's going to be the highest paid player in football. Just like he was last time. I think every contract he signs, probably until he decides to hang up his cleats, he's going to be that guy.
Lamar, are you looking forward to seeing his acting debut?
I am looking forward to it. That facial expression that is in that clip, I've seen that look before. He's looked at me that way a couple times. It's a tough look right there, he's got the face of an actor, man. We just don't need to get too excited about the acting too early. Let's finish the football first. But I know he feels that way.
So guys, look, and I want to make sure that I say this. This all became conversation because of one reason. And the only reason why this came up was not because Lamar's been playing out of his mind, because he has. Lamar's been playing literally at a historical level. There's multiple statistics right now that are out that shows why Lamar is pretty much like 101. The man has 3 All-Pros already. There's a thing out right now that shows it. Oh, I can go to it real quick. I don't have the picture, but I have it on my phone. And it shows that he has as much All-Pros as some of the greatest NFL players of all time already at the quarterback position. He already has more than them. I think it's like 3 people that are like above him right now. If I'm not mistaken, it's like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. That's it. He's ahead of everybody else. And maybe Aaron Rodgers. No. I'm sorry. He's tied with Tom Brady, and he's the only people ahead of him is Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning. I was trying to look for it to even show. Man, that joke was crazy when I had seen it because I was like, man, I didn't even look into that. But yeah, he's up there when it comes to all pros. He's been not only one of one, but this is what pretty much forced the Ravens. That. If you don't know who that is, that's Josh Allen. The guy that received his first MVP award, of course, at the detriment of a Lamar Jackson. Judging how Lamar had a historical season and he did not. But nonetheless, he was the named MVP. And when he was named the MVP, his team was absolutely like exalted. Like they were like, oh, we're so proud of you, blah, 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 blah. So what they did is they went out and they awarded him a $330 million contract extension with $250 million guaranteed. You understand where I'm coming from? Now, you might be wondering what that looks like. Don't worry, I got you. That's why I'm here. I want you to take a look at this, guys, because this is right now what the Josh Allen contract is looking like. $58 million for 2025, $55 million for 2026, $53 million for 2027, $54 million for 2028, $52.5 million for 2029, and at 2030, $56.5, totaling at the end $329 million he'll be receiving. Mind you, and I just told you, $250 million of it is fully or guaranteed. So he's getting pizzy, $250 million contract after his first MVP. I want to remind everybody what Lamar had to do, the hoops he had to jump through to get his contract after already having an MVP and going to the playoffs, I believe it was at that time, 3 times. And he was already an All-Pro, MVP, led the league in passing touchdowns, went to the playoffs 3 separate times. That time, I mean, he won 10 games, or, you know what I'm saying, of course, the Ravens went 10 games, 14 games to 11 games. I mean, the man was putting on a show, and he had to jump through every hoop he could to get the contract that he had gotten already, which he did by himself without an agent. Now we are hearing that they're already talking about it because this has already happened. And now because of this, now the Heat and their butts are to the fire. Why? Because they turned up the heat in the kitchen. Because now that they've been willing to sign an extension for Mr. Josh Allen, right? Another player that has multiple MVPs, that should have been the MVP this year, and everybody knows it, can be extended and be given new money, which will also lower his cap hit and give the Ravens more flexibility in and on the cap. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. And look, you know what it is. $250 million guaranteed. I believe there'll be 2 other players that's up. All of the price tags of these guys are going through the roof because the NFL, the salary cap is going up crazy because the NFL is making record revenue right now because of the gambling and everything else. So players are making more than they ever had before by leaps and bounds. Look what Chase just got from Cincinnati. I mean, the money is going through the roof. But quarterbacks, I expect in the next 5 years, they're going to sign legislation into the collective bargaining agreement that the quarterback salary is separate from the salary cap, team salary cap. I have a feeling that's going to come up. Or they'll say 50% of it will only be counted towards the salary cap or something to that effect. I'm telling y'all, that's coming down the pike. Because these numbers are getting so bloviated that there's no other way for you to build a team because the market is dictating these guys' number. But mind you, I want you to understand this. Lamar Jackson will most likely be the first $300 million guaranteed player in the NFL. And he's more than worth it. He's more than earned it. There's no, you can't even argue it. If anything, I can make the argument that even with that, Lamar Jackson would still be underpaid. Heck, you can't do Speak. You can't do the Nick Wright show. You can't do First Take. You can't do any of these shows without Lamar Jackson. He is prime media real estate. I'm talking California, side of the mountainside. You wake up to the sunset with beaches and waves and surfers. With your own section of the beach. Prime real estate. Because everybody knows everything Lamar Jackson does, it's a hit. Everything Lamar Jackson does, it gets viewers. It gets eyeballs. It drives numbers. The Ravens know that. That's why the NFL keeps trying to fit the Ravens in everything. Because everybody wants to watch Lamar Jackson. Everybody wants to see Lamar Jackson. I say Lamar Jackson, when it comes to that, is like Floyd Mayweather. People are not watching, a lot of people are not watching Lamar Jackson to see, oh, I hope he wins. They're watching him hoping that he fails, hoping that he loses, hoping that he falls short, hoping that he comes up short, hoping that he doesn't cross that finish line. And that also drives. As much as Lamar Jackson is loved, he's hated. Everybody knows this. Hence why we could be looking at the first $300 million quarterback in the NFL. And we can honestly be able to look at the screen and be like, and he's underpaid. I mean, with this contract, what is a new contract for Patrick Mahomes going to look like? Think about it. Brock Purdy's next contract, he's up for a contract. What is his going to look like? Joe Burrow just signed his. But before you know it, the Bengals are going to look for reprieve. So in like 2 or 3 years, maybe even 4 years, he'll be up for another contract extension to push that money as far down as possible down the pike. How much you think he's going to command? And I'm going to tell you this, I hope Lamar gets every penny. He's worth every penny. He deserves every penny. He's earned every penny. Straight up. And that's not me, oh, you're a Lamar, right, and all this other crap that people like calling me. No. The man is worth every dollar. For all of you that have been, well, he doesn't win a Super Bowl and everything else like that. You don't see the Bills have any trouble giving Josh Allen his money. No. You don't see the Bengals having any trouble giving Joe Burrow his money. No. I don't want to hear it. Imagine what C.J. Stroud's going to get for the Texans when it's up for him. Jaden Daniels in Washington. The next 4 years, I'm telling y'all, man, Lamar might be the first $300 million man in the NFL. Because if the Ravens because by next year, they're going to have to extend him. So he's going to be roughly between $260 guaranteed, $270 guaranteed, somewhere in that part. But if someone signs before then, it pushes it even further, Lamar can legit be looking at $300 million guaranteed. They can sign him for an 8-year deal, 7-year deal, 6-year deal, and push that money all the way down the pike with a whole bunch of, voided years at the end. I'm just saying. I hope Lamar gets everything he's worth, but he's worth every bit of it. And for everybody that's mad at it, thank Josh Allen. I guess he did something right. It's nasty work, isn't it? It's nasty work. Oh my God, I can't stand the Bills. But what do you guys think? Are you thinking that he can reach $300 million? And are you surprised that the Ravens are already discussing his contract extension? Saying that they've already met with him and talked with him. Also, that's also been reported. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. And how much do you also think his contract is going to be for? Let me know, all right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. You don't love the comments. And guys, if you've not already done so, please check out The Wunderkind Morning Show. Yes, live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30. And we talk about all topics, sports topics. We get into the nitty gritty. We have a lot of fun. And also, we have a little bit of nostalgia minute to close out every episode where we bring up topics from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, the golden time, the good old days to make you smile for the rest of your day. So be there or be squared. Okay, guys? All right. Also, if you'd like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR code's through a Cash App. Cash is located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show Nacho signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy. Do not